Right then, so remember the Cayman GT4, it was going to be sent off to Liquid Wraps for it to have a paint wrap. Well, it's been a few months down the line and guess what? It's finished. Now, I just want to say a few things. The car did take 6 days, but I've been busy and I've not got round to picking it up. However, we're now coming into spring. This is the only car I've got now. No more GTI Club Sport S, no more Fiesta ST. This is the car that I'm going to use day in, day out. Now, for that reason, it needs some sort of coverage. Now, Liquid Wraps got in contact saying that they can't come up with something that's like vinyl that you can peel off, but visually is a paint wrap. Now, I was a little bit peculiar of that idea. However, the overall finish is just fantastic. Now, that colour is Verde Pino. It's a Ferrari colour. You find it on the 488 or the F12 TDF, and it's a different colour. You could have gone for, well, I was thinking of a Porsche painted sample colour. The great thing about Liquid Wraps is they can get paint codes of each and every one's cars. So this is the exact code colour Ferrari green Verde Pino. Now, we're just here down at Amuse. TFJJ's coming along. Shout out to TFJJ for some of the lovely pics, including the thumbnails. But we'll go for a little walk around and just show you, well, what the overall finish is like in this sort of circumstance, light. And then later on, we'll cut to a shot at Liquid Wraps explaining the process as well as some of the other cool features it's got. Anyway, follow me. So the way it's applied is just like you would do with paint. With vinyl wrap, obviously it's a vinyl sticker. You'd apply it with heat and then it comes off. This is the same sort of recipe when you de-wrap a vehicle, however, the process of it is painting it. So it needs to be masked, it needs to be put in a booth, it needs primer, it needs lacquer, it needs a few other bits and pieces as well too. However, in all fairness, I'm a little bit surprised the fact that this, looks pretty spectacular. I don't really, I mean, I'm not really into wrapping cars, but I am a paint guy. And the fact that there's racing yellow underneath and that's being protected, I want to do at least 30,000 miles in this car. The idea is to make it one of the highest mileage Cayman GT4s around, because why wouldn't you? It's just stunning. And like I said, I love this car. Normally aspirated, 3.8 flat six, manual gearbox. I don't need to keep going on about it. It's a fantastic car. I'm on my second one as well too. It's proper, and the one thing I like about it is it's very, very OEM. So the things that I've kept original is the wheels, the badges, and the door shuts. So if you open the door shuts, they're actually yellow. However, it's actually quite a nice contrast with the green. Kind of reminds me of one of the old Jaguar racing cars as well too. Not with the contrast, but with a few other bits and pieces. But if you get right up close and personal, the problem is cameras, they just don't make much justice. And in certain light, you'd be amazed by how glossy the paint finish is as well. Porsche paint's normally orange peely. In fact, most modern day car manufacturers are very peely in terms of paint. You don't really get a nice metallic reflective finish. However, the boys at Liquid Wraps has done a fantastic job. Welcome to Liquid Wraps HQ. Here she is, Cayman GT4. It's stunning, isn't it? It does look like paint. It's also applied like paint as well too. Now, the good thing about Liquid Wraps is they can supply or find any paint code you can. So this is the exact paint code that you would find from Ferrari. So it's a Verde Pino colour. I found it on the internet. I've seen a few cool colours of it. I've seen it on a Portofino, I've seen it on a 488 Pista and an F12 TDF. And I thought, well, at first I was going to go for a Porsche painted sample colours, but do you know what? I thought, no, Porsche painted sample colours are really cool, but let's do something completely different. Let's go for a Ferrari colour, because Ferrari colours are, I don't know, there's something quite magical. And I didn't want to go for anything quite shouty or quite knobbish, because the yellow, racing yellow underneath it is a fantastic colour. However, it is, I don't know, a bit shouty. I wanted to go for something a bit more subtle, however, something that's quite elegant. And I think Verde Pino is the colour that works on this car. Now, the guaranteed cycle of this is a minimum of 5 years, and it's subject to how you treat it. So, you know, if you treat it like crap, it'll probably last about 5 years, but, you know, if you look after it like you would do paint, then it's not too bad. Now, the process of it, It's applied like paint, so how you would paint a car is the exact same as how you would paint the Cayman GT4. So obviously, you know, primer, lacquer, then paint, and then top coat, base coat, blah, blah, blah. The finish of it is just like paint. That's the one thing this thing shines from vinyl wrap. Hence why I've never liked vinyl wraps. Nothing wrong with it, really cool. It does add a bit of protecting, but when you get up close and personal, it's just not paint, is it? It's just not paint. And the great thing about this finish is the fact that you can work on it, you can flatten it down, you can sand it, you can make it look very, very wet. Now, the original paint colour on Porsches is very orange peely. What that means is it's just very hard, you know, it's got a thick coat of paint on it. However, the finish of it isn't, you know, it's not like you would find on, say, a Rolls Royce. Mind you, most modern day cars have got orange peel. Great thing about this liquid wraps is, and what the guys have done is, they've perfected it into a point where it just looks so smooth and so elegant and so silky. And like I said, because it is paint, you could put ceramic sealant on it, you could put wax on it, you could enhance the way this thing looks. So, you know, this is just, you know, one step of it. Once we get it detailed and, you know, it looking absolutely nice, then it would just look even crazier. But I'm sure from the shots already, it looks stunning. Verde Pino just worked, you know. Ferrari colour on a Porsche, it's a match made in heaven, isn't it? It must be a match made in heaven. Also, another thing, and what reason why I wanted to go through this is because I want the car protected. And I'm going to do a lot of miles. Plan is to do at least, well, I want 30,000 miles done on the car. And it's my only car as well too, so Fiesta's gone, Golf's gone as well, I've got rid of that. So this is my only car. Reason why it's my only car? Well, what else is there? What else is there that would do everything like this? And to be honest, a lot of people like on YouTube love to go on about, you know, how many cars they've got and what they're buying next and blah, 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 blah. Personally, not interested in that. This is the car that I probably will keep forever, and I'd love to drive it up to about 100,000 miles. How cool would it be to have a 100,000 mile Porsche Cayman GT4? From the rear, it looks great as well too, like they kept the satin black badges on it as well too, so it's all factory, everything has been factory applied. Now, this has taken 6 working days from start to finish. Now, some of you guys are going to go, wow, why is it taking all this time for you to get the car, blah, blah, blah. I just haven't been bothered. I've been really busy. I'm sorry. Me and Thomas are busy doing other stuff in the future that you'll see very, very soon. So this car has been put away. And plus, I've been in press cars for the last few months as well. And it's great, isn't it, going to press cars, ragging other people's tyres, blah, blah, blah. So yeah, no, in theory, it's perfect. It's absolutely stunning. I mean, the cameras don't do it much justice. But if you do see this car in person, I hope you do see this car in person if it's about, you'll be amazed by how much it looks like paint. And, you know, the protecting of it is very, very important too. And because I'm going to use it as a daily and it might be left in car parks or stuff like that, you know, you do get the odd, you know, sort of scuffs or people, you do get those horrible accidents sometimes where people scuff past it. And the great thing about this is you can peel it off just like wrap. Perfect.